Happy day one of everybody wandering through the desert, wondering when the next time they can watch some Packers football. Well, I got some good news. It's 40 days from now. I don't know if that's good or bad news. The great news is, though, is we got an awesome show for you guys right here on the Packers Report because we're talking about winners and losers from Packers Minicamp. As we know, it all wrapped up yesterday, and we've got a little bit of time until July 23rd. That is when training camp will begin for your Green Bay Packers. They had a couple of OTA sessions. Those went really well. Jumped right into mandatory minicamp, and we'll have about a month and a half off until training camp begins. And I'm going to give the same disclaimer that I give every single time we do one of these winners and losers videos, because I don't want anybody in the comment section saying, Joey, what are you talking about? Every single one of these guys could smoke you if you tried to guard them one-on-one. I agree. I'm not saying I couldn't. If you make the loser list on this show, it's not because I think you're a loser. It's not because I think you suck at football. It's just your stock has kind of gone down from where it was before mandatory minicamp to where it is after. Speaking of stocks, this stock is only going up. Last time we checked in on our June NFC North sub battle, we were sitting in third place, right behind Vikings now, right behind Lions Talk. We have shot up to second place and are only 7 subscribers behind first place. We still got a lot of this month of June left, but I don't want to waste any more time. First-time viewers, if you guys have not yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help us win this NFC North sub battle and prove to everybody here at Chat Sports that the Packers run the North. Let's start with our winners. Bo Melton, the wide receiver, and this is my bad. I made this graphic. I should have put /cornerback right there under the name because that is exactly what he's been doing so far. This tweet came out on June 10th, the first day of mandatory minicamp, a day after the Packers released Jair Alexander. Andy Herman said the Packers' solution at quarterback is Bo Melton, with a lot of exclamation marks, a lot of question marks following. He's working out with the cornerback group, and he did so all 3 days of mandatory minicamp. So why does that make him a winner? Well, let's be real with each other, okay? Let's be honest. Let's be vulnerable. Bo Melton's job was on the line this offseason. Going into OTAs, going into minicamp, if you would have just looked at him as face value, as a wide receiver, you had to go deep down the depth chart to find his name. This team's only taken 6, maybe 7 wide receivers. And I don't know if Bo Melton was going to make that group when it comes to final 53-man roster cutdown day. Matt LaFleur talked about his versatility, saying we just thought that if there's somebody that can potentially do both, he would be that guy. I think a lot of it just comes from his production on special teams and just his ability to make plays on this team. And we all know that Bo Melton is incredibly athletic guy. We all know that Max Melton, his brother, is a wonderful cornerback for the Arizona Cardinals. And so I think they said, Matt LaFleur did, if anybody can do this, it's him. And Bo Melton took it at, you know what? I don't know if I've got a roster spot as wide receiver. Let me make myself so useful, not just on one side of the ball, not just on 2 sides of the ball with special teams and offense, but make it 3. Get me on defense as well. I'm going to make them kick me off this roster. I'm not just going to volunteer to be off it. Where do you think he takes more snaps this upcoming season? Is it at cornerback or is it wide receiver? He's the Travis Hunter of your Green Bay Packers. I still think he'll be at wide receiver a little bit more, but you let me know your answer in the comment section down below. Let's talk losers. Our first of this show is one Rasheed Walker. So why is Rasheed Walker a loser? Well, he's missed the last 2 practices. But Joey, you're saying a lot of people have missed the last 2 practices, and you're not wrong. Well, it matters because Jordan Morgan has been getting left tackle reps. Jordan Morgan, this team's former first-round selection, who Brian Gutekunst talked a lot about in the offseason as being a competition with Rasheed Walker. He said, I think Rasheed's done a lot for us, really. Really good things. We're going to have a lot of competition there. Not just at his spot, but all across the offensive line. We've got guys like Jordan Morgan, who I think is going to really emerge. It will be good to see that competition, and we'll be better for it. So already, going into this offseason, this job was Rasheed Walker's to lose. And now you're through a couple days of mandatory minicamp. You're dealing with an injury. The first day, he was kind of off doing rehab. Second 2 days, he wasn't even at practice. Jordan Morgan gets every single one of those reps with the ones at left tackle. If you want to keep your job, proving that you are available is the easiest way to do so, right? This is coming from early April, almost 2.5 months ago. Matt LaFleur said Rasheed Walker and Jordan Morgan will compete to be the Packers starting left tackle. The head coach said it right there. They're competing, and if Rasheed Walker's not on the field, Jordan Morgan's not really competing with anybody. Let's go to our second winner. How about Nate Hobbs, the cornerback acquired during free agency, formerly with the Las Vegas Raiders? And I think Hobbs is a winner because he came in to this roster on this team, and he stepped up to the challenge. Not just the challenge of playing on this roster, but the challenge of going to a team, they lose their cornerback one. He was originally going to be a nickelback, and now he's, rushed into this new position of outside corner. Now, he's super versatile. He's played over 100 snaps at outside corner this past season. But still, he came in expecting to kind of be in his most natural position inside the slot. And since Jair Alexander has been released, he's been taking multiple reps, starting reps on that outside side. Jordan Love had a lot to say about the corner, bringing a guy like Nate Hobbs in who's got experience as well. We'll see what he ends up doing, whether it's nickel or corner, but he looks good so far. He's a very physical corner, nickel, wherever they put him at. The more we get him around him, the more we keep seeing him. The first start I've seen, he looks pretty good. And nobody would know better than the quarterback one on this team, would they? Nobody know better than the guy who has to throw to guys that Nate Hobbs has been covering. And I'll tell you this, he's been doing it very, very well. Bill Huber wrote in Sports Illustrated, the play of the day from Tuesday was with the ball just inside the 20-yard line. On the second play of 7-on-7 red zone period, Jordan Love went deep to receiver Matthew Golden. Nate Hobbs, who missed practice on Wednesday, made a leaping breakup in the end zone. He's already making plays, and he should. You signed him to a pretty big and hefty contract. 4 years, $12 million a year, $48 million overall. This is a guy you need. This is a guy that this team needs, especially with Jair Alexander out of this lineup. Coming up, we got one more winner and one more loser for every single one of you guys. But before we get to that, you guys are still here. We're about 8 minutes through this thing. It's obvious you like the content. The next thing to do is to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Okay, be part of what we like to call the Noti Gang. If you subscribe to the channel, click the bell emoji, turn on those all, and then enable YouTube notifications on your phone, you get to be a part of a very exclusive group. All the diehards, all the real ones on the Packers Report are a part of. So subscribe and turn on those notifications. Let's talk another loser. How about Collin Oliver, linebacker / edge rusher, drafted this past draft class in the 5th round out of Oklahoma State. So why is Oliver a loser? Well, he was the only rookie to miss all of minicamp. And so I think that just kind of automatically is going to put him a little bit of a step behind every single other rookie in this class. Now, am I still excited about his potential? 100%. Why did he miss it? Well, he's still recovering from foot surgery that he had after the second game of the season at Oklahoma State. He was able to, perform his pro day, was able to perform a little bit at the combine, but I don't think they're interested in rushing him back at all, and I think that's probably a good call by this training staff. But you should be excited about the guy you're going to get when he does get fully healthy. His freshman year, he burst out onto the scenes, 11.5 sacks, 40 pressures, and then 5 sacks, 6 sacks, and then again only played 2 games in 2024. I've still got confidence in him, but these practices are really, really important for those rookies that are transitioning from college football to the NFL. I know it's just OTAs. I know it's just mandatory minicamp. And by the time we're in the middle of October, nobody is going to even remember these existed. But for those rookies, these are really important days. Let's talk about our final winner of the episode, Mecole Hardman, a guy who has been making plays. He has been a deep ball and a clutch machine. 2 out of the 3 mandatory minicamp practices ended with walk-off touchdowns. To guess who? That's right, one Mecole Hardman. A guy who, after he was signed, I kind of scratched my head about and didn't love it, but if he's doing this, I'm here for it. This was from Tuesday. Practice ends with Mecole Hardman snagging an 11-yard touchdown pass from Sean Clifford as time expired. And then this was the play from the week, June 11th, Wednesday. What an end to practice. Jordan Love, with Lucas Van Ness in his face, uncorked a deep ball to Mecole Hardman for a 74-yard touchdown. Got behind the defense, cut it over the shoulder at the 30-yard line, and beat them to the end zone. And I believe that Mecole Hardman is another guy who had his job on the line. He gets signed in free agency, right? Then about a month later, what rolls around? 2025 NFL Draft. What the Packers do, they select 2 wide receivers in the first 3 rounds. Matthew Golden, Savion Williams. You 2 are now Green Bay Packers, and guess who might not be come August? Mecole Hardman. Well, if he keeps making these plays, if he keeps showing he's a deep ball threat, and he has his ability to win on special teams and be a phenomenal returner, plain and simple, if he keeps balling, we'll see what happens. This is a guy who's still going to have to fight for that spot, but he's putting up a heck of a fight as we're sitting here right now. 75-yard touchdown, walk-off. 11-yard touchdown, walk-off. Both those at the end of 2-minute drills. He keeps doing that. It's going to be hard to not put him on the roster come August. What say you guys? Will Mecole Hardman make the final 53-man roster? If you think he will, go ahead, give me a yes in the comment section down below. And if you think he won't, go ahead and give me that no. Make sure you guys got me followed on Twitter and on Instagram. You can find me on both platforms at Joey Petersen 8. Also, if you're still watching, make sure you lock us in, hit that subscribe button, and join the over 7,000 cheeseheads we've got rocking with us right here on the Packers Report.